Okay, so on Saturday I did a video telling everybody that the Fifth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals had put out an emergency stay on Joe Biden's vaccine mandate via OSHA, where companies over 100 employees had to have their employees vaccinated. And with that, if they didn't have the vaccination, the employees, then they had to have a mask mandate and they had to be tested weekly. And companies could be fined for each violation of the mandate up to $14,000 per violation. Now, like I said in the video posted above, that was stayed for constitutional questions. And because it was an emergency stay, the court said it would take up the issue at its earliest convenience. And that brings us to this video. And before I tell you what the courts are doing today, smash that thumbs up button so more people see this, and please subscribe to the channel so you stay in the know when I put out new material. Hit that bell icon, turn it to all notifications. Now let's get into what's going on. Now the order came after several states, I think it's 26 or 27, sued the federal government saying that this can't be done, this is unconstitutional, this needs to stop. And of course, like I said, the stay was issued, the emergency stay, based off of grave statutory and constitutional issues. So today is Tuesday, the 9th of November, the courts that are suing the government have until this evening to respond. Now, that didn't stop the Joe Biden administration from jumping in and telling people that they should violate court order. That's right. Yesterday, lawyers for the federal government came out and said that stopping this mandate could cost dozens, up to hundreds of lives a day. Also, the White House, get this, y'all, listen. The White House said, go ahead, don't worry about the fact that it was stopped. This is White House Deputy Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. And she said people should not wait. They should continue to move forward and make sure they're getting their workplace vaccinated. That's a direct violation of federal judge's order that said, no, this stops now until we can determine the constitutionality of it. Old Joe Biden, keeping up his streak. Now, I do know that right now, Utah is considering an emergency session or a special session to come up with a law that counteracts the federal mandate and forcing companies in the state of Utah to include a medical as well as a religious exemption for companies should this move forward. They're kind of planning ahead. Now, the states that are fighting this vaccination mandate are saying that A, it's beyond the scope of the powers of the president, and B, it is totally unconstitutional. And look, regardless of how you feel about vaccinations or this virus, those are facts. This is beyond the scope of a president. We don't have kings, and it is also unconstitutional. I understand that there are a lot of people that don't agree with that, but that's the facts, guys and gals. That's just the way it is. We have rights in America. We don't do mandates. We just don't. You do what's best for you, and you take care of you and yours, and you really can't expect everybody else to think the way you do. That's individual freedom. That's America. And what the federal government did, what Biden did, is to do a complete workaround around the law by using OSHA. And it's all going to come out in court as long as, the courts do what they're supposed to do. But like I said, the states that are fighting have until today, till this evening, to respond to the Fifth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals. Now, I have some notes that I want to look at so that I can say this correctly, because this, again, is important to get right. The states that are suing are arguing that this workaround fails because OSHA is an occupational health agency charged with protecting workers from workplace hazards like asbestos, not a public health agency with authority to address communicable diseases through regulations. Back to the court filing, the government is saying that these states, their asserted injuries of how they're saying, please stop this mandate, they're speculative and remote, saying that they have no basis. Why should we stop this vaccine mandate? The government also said that these asserted injuries do not outweigh the interest in protecting employees from a dangerous virus while the lawsuit proceeds. Nor have petitioners shown, that's the states who are suing, nor have petitioners shown that their claimed injuries outweigh the harm of staying a standard that will save thousands of lives and prevent hundreds of thousands of hospitalizations. But why are we getting rid of nurses and doctors if that's true? OSHA's detailed analysis of the standard's impact shows that a stay would likely cost dozens or even hundreds of lives per day. And that is according to court filings by attorneys for the U.S. government. Now, the top attorney for OSHA, Solicitor of Labor, Seema Nanda, her quote is this: "The department is confident in its legal authority to issue the emergency temporary standard on vaccination and testing." She continued in saying OSHA has the authority to act quickly in an emergency where the agency finds that workers are subjected to grave danger and a new standard is necessary to protect them. Now, further into the filing for, and I'm trying to get a PDF so I could link it. At the moment, I don't have the PDF. But also the states are saying that what Biden is looking to do by leveraging this pandemic is to justify reconfiguring massive sectors of the American economy. And strangely enough, most of the economy is afloat in the sea, the Pacific Ocean, outside of the Los Angeles terminal. The states also say that the vaccine mandate at issue here is even more remarkable. Although the Biden administration has expressly recognized that it lacks power to take this action, it has pressed forward anyway on a self-confessed pretextual basis. Now, also yesterday, the Department of Justice notified the Fifth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals that lawsuits challenging this same vaccine mandate by states has been filed in 5 other U.S. circuits. That makes 10, and there are 11, if I remember right, there are 11 circuits, 10 in the states, and then D.C. has its own. That's all of them, basically. Now, here's where that can be iffy. The DOJ is now contending that because they're filed in all of the circuits, the cases must be consolidated and put into one randomly selected appeals court where that will make the decision. They will make the decision for all of these cases, and as well as deciding the future of this emergency stay. So I just wanted y'all to be up to date, but what I will say prior to ending this video is that this is a constitutional overreach by probably the most unconstitutional president we've ever had, and it's time for him to be kicked out of office. It's time for him to be impeached. How many times does a president need to violate the United States Constitution, the rules of the game, before they bounce his ass? I mean, we've had presidents bounce for a phone call before. As more information about this case comes out, I will have it here on this channel. If you want to stay in the know, subscribe right now and thumbs up the video so more people can see it. I look forward to having you join this growing freedom family, the new Sons of Liberty. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a gun to keep you, yourself, your family, your friends safe. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.